Hello, this is Brenda. My channel is Handwork Maniac. And welcome everyone who is here today. It is cold in Utah today. We had a storm front move through last night, and our high, a couple days ago, our highs were in the upper 90s, and today our high was 56. And it's going to get down to 38 tonight. So it's a little chilly. I made soup for dinner. It's cold. It feels like autumn. School started at the junior high. We've been doing really well. The kids are so amazing at wearing their masks. So much better than I thought that they would be. It's a junior high and we have grades 7, 8, and 9. So the kids are between 12 and 14, 15. And they don't like it when I call them kids, so I have to remember to call them students. But they're just, of all their crazy different things they're having to deal with this year, they are doing very well at trying to follow the rules, wear their masks. They've just been awesome. And let's see, it's been 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks, so we're doing pretty good. I've been impressed. But it has been very busy. My life kind of got a little stressful and busy there for a bit. But I thought I'd pop on today and do a WIP update, show you what I've been working on. And I do have one fully finished object. This is my mini Hometown Gameboard by Little House Needleworks. It was originally a freebie, and I think you can still get it as a freebie, but you'd have to get it from a needlework store that still has the photocopies that they used to give out for free when you made an order and stuff. You can buy it in a chart. Little House Needleworks re-released a lot of their freebies in a chart called Something Old, Something New. That has several different charts in it, and this is one of them. But I finished this in July. It was my July stitch because it has the patriotic flags on it. Really enjoyed stitching that. That was fun. And then I originally saw this a year ago, a little over a year ago, at Keepsakes in Cincinnati. I was there for StitchCon. I was stitching in the store, oh my word. I was shopping at Keepsakes and they had this out as a model. Finished like this on top of a bobbin box. This is a bobbin box to hold thread bobbins. And I thought it was such a cute idea to put it. And I knew I had this freebie pattern at home. I knew I had it. I did it with I had bought a pack of threads to stitch it with from Tree of Life samplings many, many years ago. They were crescent colors. Now they're Classic Colorworks. So it's stitched with a conversion of Classic Colorworks. I enjoyed stitching it. I did add these stars along the edge and one extra tree on both sides just to make the design just a little bit bigger. So it fit, because I had already measured the box before I started stitching it, and I wanted it to fit really good. Really nicely. So, and I wrapped it around a piece of cardboard and glued it to the top of the box. I'm very pleased with that. That was fun. All right, WIPs, which stands for Works in Progress. This is 4 Seasons by, it's a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. The artwork is by Jacek Yurka. It's called 4 Seasons, and I am doing the mini version. This is what it will look like when it's finished. I've done part of this over here, and I'm over to this bear right here, this blue bear that's peeking out of the gazebo. And this is what it looks like. I'm working on these 2 squares right here. Haven't quite finished it. So I'm doing that blue bear, but I haven't finished filling it in yet. But that's been a lot of fun. It's full coverage, 25 count, white even weave, 1/1. So 1 strand of floss over 1 fabric thread. Full cross. I do full cross on my Heaven and Earth designs. Let's just do all the full coverages first. This one is a stitching shelf. Also a Heaven and Earth design. The original artwork is by Amy Stewart. I have the version that does not have this medallion in the middle. And this is just the regular version. Regular version, not mini, not max color, not just the regular version. And this is where I am so far. Was able to finish this side of this window. And I forgot to show this to you last time. I thought I showed you all the whips and realized I'd missed this one in Disneyland. Same thing, 25 count, white, even weave, 1/1, full cross with the called for DMC. And this one is Disneyland. I got it on Etsy by Nenny Designs. Also a full coverage chart. And I was telling you last time about how, because I use Pattern Keeper for my full coverage charts. It's an app and it's fabulous. It just makes it so much easier to stitch a full coverage chart. But I didn't have it for this Disneyland piece because this was an older PDF and it didn't work in Pattern Keeper. But they did an update recently and one of the viewers commented and said, you need to try that again because I think it will work now. So I did. I took some time Saturday to open it up in Pattern Keeper and was able to import it in with their new feature. And you just have to, it didn't know, it recognized that they were symbols, but it didn't know which symbol was which color. So as it imports in, it brings up the symbol chart on the left and you tap on each symbol and then a little window comes up and you type in what DMC color that is and then you go to the next one. So then when you've done all the colors, then it imports in and then it works. It was awesome. And so now I can use Pattern Keeper on this and it's so much easier. I love it. I worked on this part right here. Bottom of the Matterhorn. And in this, red is a little girl with red hair sitting in one of the teacups on the teacup ride. But that's where that one is. This one is on 40 count dwarf, 1/2 with the called for DMC full cross. I think I'm just going to have a mess today. All right, this one is Peaceable Kingdom, and I think I forgot to show this one to you last time too. It is a sampler by Catherine. It was a class by Catherine Theron, so it's a class piece. You can't, it's not available to buy unless you take the class from her. Let's see if I can do this. This is what it will look like when it's finished. And I have the top part all done. I'm just down here on this bottom section. This whole middle piece right here is all full coverage. It's 1/1 full coverage little seam there. So that's going to be a challenge. Not hard, just takes a while to fill all of that in. So that's where that one is. It's got various silks and cottons and specialty stitches, and it's a lot of fun to work on, but I usually work on it on Saturdays because the directions are a little more complicated and I have to remember where I was and remind myself, and it takes daytime brain, not nighttime brain, to work on that one. I believe the fabric is 32 count. All right. I'm not even sure I have worked on this one since the last time I showed it to you. This is a Dimensions kit, Lost No More. The artwork is by Greg Olson. And this is where I am so far. I've been working on the trees up here. So pretty. The colors in this one are just so gorgeous. It is the kit fabric, 18 count, this tan Ada, and I'm using the kit threads, and most of it is done in 2 strands, full cross. He is in full cross. A lot of this background is half cross, because Dimensions kits do that a lot because they want the background to kind of fade away. This one is Kringles by Little House Needleworks. Working on this one with my daughter Marie, bossy daughter, and my friend Kim. We're kind of trying to do a room a month. I was able to finish the room this month, but I did not get the brickwork finished around it, and we were trying to get the roof done above it. I didn't get that done either. So that's where that one is. This is 32 count Stormy Sky. And it is the called for threads, 2/2. I don't think I worked on Serenity Harbor since I last showed it to you. This one is Hoity Toity by Long Dog Samplers. I haven't worked on this since June, probably. May. It's probably May. That's where that one is. It's on 40 count mallow linen, and it is a Mrs. Seda Silks conversion. She did a conversion for this pattern. I've changed a few of the colors and moved just a couple of them, and then I moved a couple of the others to a different symbol. And that is Mrs. Seda's Silk. She has an Etsy store, MISSUS SEDAS. on Etsy. She is in Spain. And she does her own overdyed silks. This one is Tomato Season by Not Forgotten Farm. And this is I started this in Mania, and it is my piece assigned to September, because that's when our tomatoes are, when we pick most of our tomatoes is in September when they're ripe in our area. And this is where I am so far, slowly filling in that huge tomato. I do one strand on that tomato when I work on it, and then I go work on something else. But that's been a lot of fun. It's 40 count Vanilla Bean by Tree of Life Samplings. And it's the called for colors except for the reds. I'm using a Gloriana Silk for the tomato red, the red that fills the tomato. And I think it is and of course it's hiding Schoolhouse Red, Gloriana Schoolhouse Red for the tomato. And then the other, it has 3 other shades of red in it, and I'm using 350, 349, and 817 DMC. Otherwise, it's the called for colors. 1/2. Oh, forgot to put the pattern back in. This is May I by All Through the Night. And this was my Amania start that was assigned to the month of August. And I was hoping to have it done by the end of August. But August got away from me, so it did not get done. But I'm still working on it. It'll be done in the next few weeks. It's on 18 count black Ada. And I did, I started with the called for colors, but I only had a few of them. They're all overdyed cotton. So then I just pulled out all of my overdyed cotton stash and picked colors that were similar to either what was listed as the DMC conversion or similar to what it looked like in the model photo on the cover. Oh, the threads must still be upstairs. This is the Linen and Threads Stitch Along, Mystery Stitch Along. This is a free pattern on the Linen and Threads website. There's a part of it that comes out each month. I just barely started a little bit right here on the September section. Otherwise, it looks just the same as the last time I showed it to you. This is on 40 count alabaster linen in 4 shades of blue silk out of my stash, and then that one green gray color. It's also a silk out of my stash. And it is 1/2. I have not worked on Modern Folk Embroidery's mystery stitch. It's not a mystery stitch along. It's a stitch along, but it's not a mystery because they show you the whole thing at the beginning. But it still looks the same as the last time I showed it to you because I haven't worked on it yet. for September. But I'm excited to get to that one. That one's fun. This one is Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower. I work on this on Sundays. I just have a couple hours in the evening on Sundays to stitch. Doing this as a stitch along with my friend Lonnie, and a few others of you too, I think, are stitching it. This is where I am so far, working on getting that house done. This is 40 count Silkweaver Elegance fabric that I ran through the washing machine a couple times to lighten it up. This was another one where it's all over, well, it's about half DMC, half overdyed cotton is what it calls for. So I started with, I looked to see what I had. I only had a few of the colors, and then I just pulled from my stash of overdyed cotton and found colors that were similar to either the photo, the model photo, or the DMC conversion. One over two. Oh, poor pandemic. I don't think I have worked on pandemic since the last time I showed it to you either. But I am going to get to that this month. Bossy daughter Marie is just flying on this one. She's way ahead of me. And it is looking so beautiful. And now I can't find the cover photo. Oh, because it's all mashed up at the bottom. Pandemic by Long Dog Sampler. I'm doing mine in Sulky 12 weight thread, a blendable color, I'm trying to remember which way this goes, called Cactus. And then the animals are in Turquoise, Sulky Turquoise. And then I'm using one strand of DMC to do the backstitching. A green that matched the cactus and a blue that matched the turquoise. Loving the Sulky thread. It is so nice to work on. This is 36 count white linen. And it is just beautiful on that, beautiful coverage on that linen. That would be the same as 18 count Ada if you wanted to do it on Ada instead. But in my opinion, that Sulky 12 weight thread looks gorgeous on either 32 count, which would be 16 count Ada, or 36 count linen, which would be 18 count Ada. And it's so just, because it's just that one strand of thread, you don't have to separate it or anything. It just comes right off the spool. And you just pull a strand, stitch, pull a strand, stitch. It's just one of those very soothing, rhythmic projects. Not a lot of thinking involved when you're tired. And I will be getting back to that this month. I can't remember if I have worked on this one since you last saw it. This is Sky Blue Street by Soda Stitch. I want to have this done by the end of the year. We've hit that time of the year when I'm thinking about what I want to have done by the end of the year. And this is definitely one of them. This is doable. It's a very long piece of fabric, and I sewed this is just scrap fabric that I sewed to the top and the bottom to make it taller so it would fit in my Q-snap better. And so that I could fit the whole scene in the Q-snap without having to move it up and down. I could have just used 8-inch Q-snaps, but then I would have had to move them to do the top part of the house and then the bottom part of the house. So I really wanted it on the 11-inch Q-snaps, but the fabric wasn't quite tall enough. So I added the extra fabric so it would fit in 11 by 11. And this is what it looks like. But I think it looks just the same as the last time I showed it to you. Starting on this last building down here, on this end. But that's definitely going to be probably going to end up being the Tuesday, Thursday project because I want to get that one finished. And then Positivity Rules by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. That's been a mystery stitch along that's 5 months long. It's on a very light pink piece of fabric. It doesn't show up very well, but it's a beautiful pink color. This is really washing it out. Using the called for DMC 1/2 on 40 count blush. And I finished the August section. The September section, I can't remember if it's this side or this side is September, and then the other side will be October, and then it will be finished. So that's been fun. Will it show you the pink clear back here? Maybe? No. That's funny. I can't get it to photograph pink either. My brother Walter and his wife Juliana gave that to me for my birthday. That's been fun. They're working on it too. I think that's all the WIPs. And I don't have any haul except for this. I'm participating in the Friend Stitch Zoom retreat this Saturday, and they sent us our box, but we're not allowed to open it until Saturday. We're going to open them all together on the Zoom retreat call. So that's fun. Excited and looking forward to that. It'll be very interesting to see how a Zoom retreat works. And I think that's everything. I'm working on changing out my stuff from my fall wall. I started on it and didn't get it done and thought, no, I just need to make the video. Just make the video, do the wall later. But I do have a bunch of pieces pulled out to put on the wall for fall. I need to get it up because fall is only September and October, because then in November I need to switch to Christmas winter stuff. So I need to get it up there. So hopefully I'll have that done by the next time I film, which I hope is not as long as the last time I filmed. It's got to get better at work, right? School's got to calm down. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. I hope you get some stitching and that it brings you some calm and peace in your life. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.